I've talked so much about Xbox Game Pass on this channel. Like, you would think that I'm sponsored by Microsoft or something of that nature. Like, that's how much I've talked about it. And I've even been called a PlayStation fanboy for my, reviews on the PlayStation versus Xbox, which we do have a 1-year review coming soon. We'll be talking about all that because I've said, I've made it clear that in the past I've been, a PlayStation guy for the most part, even though I had a 360. I'm right in between both consoles. I love them. I have them both. And I love them both, for different reasons. But we're not going to talk too much about that here. But with all that being said, I say that to say, like, I've talked so much good things about Xbox Game Pass. And the reason being is because Xbox Game Pass, that's the best thing in gaming. Like, it's the clear choice when it comes to subscriptions that give you a whole lot of content. Like, what competes with Xbox Game Pass? I haven't come across a person yet who doesn't think Xbox Game Pass is worth it. And obviously Sony's been hearing all this, and from the looks of it, they might be having some competition pretty soon. Sony might be doing what they should have done a while ago, and they might be offering something to compete with Xbox Game Pass called PlayStation Spartacus. I don't know why it's called Spartacus. Game Pass kind of sounds a little better, but hey, as long as it's worth it and as long as it's on the level of Game Pass, I'm all for it. So we're gonna jump right into it. We're gonna see what this PlayStation Spartacus is all about, and we ain't gonna waste no time. If you guys are interested in that, stick around because we're gonna get right to it. Let's go. So before we get to the thing that everybody is here to see, a lot of people don't even have a PlayStation 5 or Xbox Series X. And if you are still on the lookout, go watch that previous video I just made. Might be some great news for you guys that are still in search for those. But also, if you never want to miss a drop and you want to have the best chance possible to get one of these consoles, you have to be following Keeping Track of Stock, a list that I made on Twitter. And all these guys do is keep track of stock. Basically what the title says, anything that happens, they're gonna let you know. Turn on the alerts for this list. Make sure you guys are following closely because they're gonna walk you through the whole process. They're gonna give you the best chance possible at getting one of these consoles. So with that being said, as you guys can see, Bloomberg is reporting. They say PlayStation plans new service to take on Xbox Game Pass. And what I'm saying is, finally, we've been waiting on something, PlayStation. Anyways, what Bloomberg is saying in this article is Sony Group Corp's PlayStation division is planning a new subscription service to compete with rival Microsoft Corp's popular Xbox Game Pass, according to people familiar with Sony's plan and documents reviewed by Bloomberg. The service, codenamed Spartacus, will allow PlayStation owners to pay a monthly fee for access to a catalog of modern and classic games, said the people, who asked not to be identified because they weren't authorized to speak to the press about the plans. And there's always those little rats that get that information out, but hey, in this case, we do appreciate it. The offering will likely be available on the smash hit PlayStation 4, which also has sold more than 116 million units, and its elusive successor, the PlayStation 5, which launched more than a year ago, but is still difficult to buy due to supply chain issues. Very difficult to buy. A whole year later, more difficult to buy than when it first launched. Crazy stuff. It goes on to say, when it launches, expected in the spring, the service will merge Sony's two existing subscription plans, PlayStation Plus and PlayStation Now. Currently, PlayStation Plus is required for most online multiplayer games and offers free monthly titles, while PlayStation Now allows users to stream or download older games. Documents reviewed by Bloomberg suggest that Sony plans to retain the PlayStation Plus branding but phase out PlayStation Now. Thank God, because as much as I've been talking about how good Xbox Game Pass is, I've probably said as much bad things about PlayStation Now. I've never even attempted to play PlayStation Now. I never used the free trial they gave. It just never looked appealing to me. I looked at it and I said, I don't even want to try this. You know what I'm saying? And then, like, the total opposite with Xbox Game Pass, I looked at it kind of going into it thinking the same thing, like, oh, it's just a PlayStation Now type of thing, not gonna be interested. But I looked into it because I heard some good stuff, and right away I was like, bro, take my money. You know what I'm saying? I pretty much gave the, like, so easy, just based off what I seen initially, like all the content that they give you, all the good games, the day one exclusives. We're talking about top level games here, people. You guys know I ain't got to say it. So as I said there, it's expected in the spring. I'm waiting on a few things this spring. If you guys follow the car channel, then you would know more on that. But it goes on to say details on Spartacus may not be finalized, but documentation reviewed by Bloomberg outlines a service with 3 tiers. The first would include existing PlayStation Plus benefits. The second would offer a large catalog of PlayStation 4 and eventually PlayStation 5 games. The third tier would add extended demos, game streaming, and a library of classic PS1, PS2, PS3, and PSP games. A representative for PlayStation didn't immediately respond to a request for comment. Yeah, because they looking for that little rat that let the information out. But I'm sure they all work together to, you know, build up the hype and things like that. But that's pretty dope. You know, from the sound of it, it sounds pretty dope. Hopefully they offer some good games. It sounds like they will still be offering PlayStation Now, probably going to be more expensive because it's going to be coming, it's going to be the third tier from what it sounds like. So it's going to be all bundled together. So that'll be the most expensive tier. So for those of you that play PlayStation Now currently, I would say expect to pay more for that because it's going to be bundled with everything else. From the sound of it here, I'll probably be a tier 2 type of guy, depending on, it says extended demos. That sounds pretty interesting. But I'm not too interested in the game streaming. Even though it's dope, you could play all these older games, I'm not too interested in playing them, me personally. But hopefully this, you know, is Game Pass-esque in that it offers some good content and some day one exclusive type stuff. You know, that's what we really want, some day one exclusives and some very good games to go along with this subscription. But I do like that they offer different tiers. I mean, from the sound of it, it kind of sucks for the PlayStation Now people. They're gonna have to pay more for that, but you know, I don't know. You guys tell me, if you're a PlayStation Now person, how does this sound to you? Are you excited about it? I mean, tier 3 would be like, you know, you still get all of that plus PlayStation Now, so you already have to have PlayStation Plus, so that's not gonna matter. And I'm sure you're probably gonna want what comes with tier 2, so I mean, it doesn't sound too bad. I don't know, we're gonna have to wait and see for more details, but you know, you guys tell me. It goes on to say, although the PlayStation has outsold the Xbox in recent years, Sony has lagged behind Microsoft on the subscription front. With this new structure, Sony will look to compete with an Xbox feature that has been popular and lucrative. Facts. Microsoft's Game Pass, which is often dubbed the Netflix of video games, has more than 18 million subscribers, and for good reason. It allows users to pay $10 to $15 a month for unlimited access to several hundred games and day one exclusives. Xbox has built its overall strategy around the service in recent years, putting all of its internally published games on Xbox Game Pass as soon as they're released. Xbox has also made big acquisitions such as Bethesda Software last year for $7.5 billion, with the goal of bolstering the Game Pass library. That's gonna be, yeah, we hype for that. Everything that's to come with that, yeah, that's gonna be dope. Sony is also putting resources into expanding its effort in cloud gaming. The people familiar with the plans said Microsoft's xCloud game streaming service became widely available earlier this year. So that's pretty much the information that we got so far. It sounds promising, yes it does, but I won't get my hopes up too much because we don't know too much about it. You know, we just know that it's gonna be called Spartacus. I don't know why. Maybe it's like a God of War type of thing. They found success with God of War, might as well, you know, take from that and use it in the name. I don't know, but it sounds promising. You know, we shall see. Hopefully they have, you know, the right game plan to be able to compete with Game Pass. But let me know what you guys think. Are you guys hype about this information, especially the PlayStation Now subscribers? What do you guys feel about this? Are you hype about it? Let me know down below in the comments. We'll keep an eye out for any more information that comes out. Remember, if you guys are still on the lookout for one of those consoles, go follow the Twitter, go follow that list, because we be on there, we be helping you guys out. And if you guys are interested in a gaming chair, this one right here, you could receive 30% off by entering the code Louis. The link is down below in the description. I would not be promoting this, I would not be using it for as long as I have if it wasn't a good quality comfortable chair. So if you guys are in the market, you could take advantage of that deal. All links are down below in the description for anything you guys might need. All the $13.91 apparel, the car channel if you guys are interested in that, anything I use, everything I use, all down below in the description, the social platforms, all that. If you guys enjoyed, like, comment, subscribe. It helps out tremendously. I appreciate it greatly. Thank you guys so much. I'm gonna catch you guys on the next one. Until then, Louis 1391 checking out. Salute.